I don't know what else to talk about. I've been here for 8.5 hours and I've been cleaning the whole time. Today was terrible just because of short staffing and people not working in the morning. Because they're cutting labor like across the board. Like they cut our breaks. So instead of getting a break every 2 hours like we have been, we get a break every 3.5. So that's why they're only scheduling us for 5 3/4 of an hour shift now instead of 6 hours. So that they don't have to give us 2 breaks. So we miss our second break by 15 minutes. Shit. Well, I guess when I was in high school, I had bigger dreams. You know? Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a fucking business degree. It's easy. You know? Fucking. And then I actually kind of started college and it was completely fucking different, so I felt inadequate. I was really like lonely a lot, like even though like I had friends that I hung out with, it was just kind of like I would come home, so it was just kind of like I felt like I couldn't talk to anybody about anything, and everyone was pretty much going through the same junk, you know. It was like, this is hard, this sucks, I want to party instead of going to class, and then I guess, you know, I got into drugs. I was pretty much consistently doing some kind of drug, so I wasn't like really happy at any point in time, because pretty much once I started to feel bad, it was like, well, I'm gonna start doing something else to forget about that. I couldn't find a job. And I had no money. I had like $1,000 like from a refund from my loans that had to pay for my books and everything else for the year. And then I stopped going to class and then dropped out, which made me feel more worthless. So, and then I moved back home, and I've been working at entry-level jobs since, and I don't really know what I'm going to do. When I came home, I went to Wendy's. I never really got properly trained, so I went in every day doing different things and not really knowing what the hell I was doing, and I hated it. It's kind of how it always is with food service, though, now looking back. The customers, they were really horrible people, generally. They were just really angry for no reason, and they thought that we were the lowest of the low. Like, anything that ever went wrong, it was like our fault immediately, even if it wasn't. Like, oh, the Coke machine isn't working, it's because you're all stupid and don't go to college. Like, and they were really like throwing shit too. I didn't like that. I mean, I got 4 baked potatoes thrown at me in the 1.5 years that I worked there. But pretty much anytime anything was not right, whether it was from us messing up or from them not ordering what they wanted, they would immediately, like, you know, reel their arm back, sandwich in hand, and it's like, whoa, 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 like, we can fix this. Like, that was their immediate response. Everybody was like, what the fuck? Like, I got called stupid pretty much every day. Like, if I had any ounce of attitude, like, with anybody, it was like, you're a stupid bitch and you should just go to school, like, get a better job than this, and like people telling their kids that they're gonna end up like me if they don't go to school because I didn't give them like barbecue sauce or something. Managers were underpaid and overworked, so they didn't give a shit. Like, all they cared about was that the customers filled out surveys saying that we were good. I mean, I really like it. It's probably the best food job I've ever had. I mean, the managers actually kind of care for the most part. It's a good company and get paid decent. And the customers are better, you know? They're not belligerent all the time. I mean, they're jerks sometimes, but easier to deal with jerks, I guess. When it's really busy, and it's not like seasoned, so like in the summertime, they're the angriest because we have the least amount of people and it's just as busy, so the drinks are coming out slower. There was one time I was wearing my hearing aid on the bar and I was making drinks, and like this lady, something wrong happened with her drink, and you know, I was gonna fix it, but she told my manager that maybe he shouldn't put the retards on the making drinks, and I almost jumped over the counter. I mean, I just really wish that pretty much everybody would like just allow us to have more people working. Like these multi-billion-dollar companies can't have 4 people working at a time. Like, because everywhere I go, that's the problem. Short staffing, and everyone's just like trying to be 3 different people. It's not good for anybody, not good for the customers. Or they don't want to pay all these people, but it's like, is it really worth it? Because then people don't want to come here. Like, you should be thinking about the customers at least, if not the people that are the face of your company, but they don't pretty much anywhere. It's not horrible, but it's not really great. Probably because I still live at home, which should be saving me money, but it doesn't. I have to pay rent, and I pay the phone bill, and then I'm paying student loans also. So that's pretty much my whole check. In order to go back to school, I can't receive any financial aid right now because my GPA went, I believe, down to like a 1.4 from my last semester. So I lost like my Pell Grant, my Bright Futures, all that stuff, and I can't get it back until my GPA is at a 3.0. So any schooling that I do to try to get my GPA back up, I have to pay out of pocket. Like literally no matter how much I sleep, I'm not getting enough. But it's also difficult to sleep, so there's that. I feel like I don't really have control of my life because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I can't really go anywhere because I can't save any money. And even though I'm making a decent amount of money, like I'm still like I have so many things that I have to pay for now, like without like housing expenses and like car expenses, like kind of overwhelming. Just even trying to think about going somewhere, because it's like you kind of have to have a certain amount of money saved. I can't even save up like $200, you know? But I mean, it would be worse if I was still working somewhere that paid me a quarter above minimum wage. Sharing a car with my sister and my boyfriend. The fact that I feel really stagnant, probably because I'm back in my hometown, that is kind of depressing. Like I feel like I should be like trying to start a family and like working at a better job and like doing something for my future, but I'm not doing any of those things. Now I'm just imagining a loop of me sitting here eating pizza.